Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tessie and you're welcome to another video. So this should be the last episode of this series. In this video, she's going to be sharing with us how to survive in the United States without funding. So because I've received a lot of questions about, people who are not funded, asking if they can survive, how to, go about your school fees, job and all of those things. Basically, if it is something that you want to try to do, like if you want to risk coming here without funding and all of that. But she's going to be breaking everything down and she's going to be telling us how she has been surviving basically. But before she starts, I want to quickly say this. Personally, if you are coming for a direct PhD program, I will not advise you to come if you are not funded, because PhD is 5 years. That's a lot of time not to be funded. Like, it's going to literally choke you. I'm not going to advise you. But for masters, of course, and then of course she's doing masters and she's going to be sharing
even the masters joke.
She's going to be sharing with you guys, things you all need to know. So she's going to be talking about how you've been paying your school fees, just surviving basically. How have you been coping? Do you advise people to come without funding based on your experience? What are your experiences and all of that?
Okay. Firstly, maybe I would say I'm not even in the position to come and teach people probably how to survive, because trust me, I cannot say it's by my works or anything. It's been God all the way. But I'm not the over religious person in quotes that you would now say, oh God, like God will use people for you, not like you just sit back and expect things to work. Of course, you need to step out. You need to move out of your comfort zone. I'm talking about you coming without a funding. I wouldn't say do it. I wouldn't say don't do it. Exhaust your options and be sure that there's probably no way for you to get funding. Do you get? The reason why I'm saying this is what works for A may not work for B. Do you get? Like, things work for people differently. I may come here and say, oh, when you get here, like some impressions that some people create to us when we're in Nigeria sometimes they make you feel like money, like you can pluck money on the tree or you can pick money on the ground, because it just feels like, oh, abroad is heaven. Oh, the road is very smooth. Oh, it's like paradise. Do you get? But it's not exactly that way. Trust me. Like, you have to work for every single penny you make, and as a student you can only do 20 hours. So the question now is, how are you gonna survive? You have to be streetwise. Like, you have to know that you have to be streetwise. You have to mix with people to get information. Like, information is very key in this life. Like, information is very, very key. That's one. Be appreciative of every little thing that comes your way, like every little opportunity that comes your way. Don't be all about the money, be all about the impact. Like, don't feel like, oh, this thing is not going to give me so much money, I don't want to go for it. It may just be where God is leading you to go. Do you get? Because he has something in stock for you there. So looking at my case, I came here, no funding. I have to pay $10,005 every semester. That's a lot of money. Like, if you're in Nigeria, it's a lot of money. If you're in the US, it's a lot of money. Do you get? And like every semester, not like a OEF fee or
that's
the
like
OPOS.
Every 4 months.
Do you get? So it's just
$10,000.
10,005. Even 500 is a whole lot. Do you get? And that 10,500 is just it's not an end in itself, because of course you still have your bills to pay.
Yeah, your house rent.
Do you get? You still have to feed, you still have to wear good things, you don't want to look like a pauper. And like the moment you enter this country, like bills upon bills, like it just starts coming and it starts counting. I didn't come here with so much money, but I'm not saying you shouldn't come with so much money. Come with as much money as you can come with. But I came with what I had, at least that could probably foot my rent for about 4 to 5 months, at least if I have no job. and I'm living a decent life. So then an opportunity came my way for a scholarship, internship scholarship at the beginning, that they needed an accountant, blah 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 blah, this blah blah. I applied for it, and of course it came through my department. It's just like an internship program to promote to help small and medium businesses. Do you get? So I wasn't sure I was eligible and everything, but of course it came from the department. If I was not eligible, they would tell me outrightly that I'm not. All for me to hear that, oh, I was eligible, but I can only do 15 hours in a week, and for 3 months, and you do it for the whole spring semester, because I came in spring, and they will pay you 2,250 for the whole spring.
So you can't combine it with another job?
You can if you want to.
It's not 20 hours per week, right?
It's 15 hours per week. So you can decide to do something else, like with your remaining hours. And if you choose not to do anything,
because as a student in United States, you can only work for
20 hours. Yes,
you can. Anything beyond that is legal.
So I wasn't sure I wanted to take that opportunity, because I just felt 2,250. And you know the funniest thing, the 2,250 is not even coming to my pocket. They are going to use it to net off my school fees. And I think that is why it is legal, because it's not like a scholarship to reduce my fees. It's not like earnings. It's not like salary.
Okay.
So it's not scholarship. It's like a scholarship. So exactly. So it's not like it's not even my part of my 20 hours yet. Do you get it now? It's not part of my 20 hours yet, because it's just like there's some scholarship that you need to meet some requirements. Maybe you need to write a paper, or you need to do something to earn that scholarship or something. So it's just something like that. So it's not even part of my 20 hours, because 2,250 is just to reduce my 10,005 fees. So I took the opportunity. I wasn't sure I wanted to take it, so don't let me say I took it, because I'm like, this money is not even coming to my pocket. Like, how do I survive and everything? But my sister encouraged me that bread is better than none. You've been staying home for 1 week. Like, I cried. Like, I don't want to make you feel like it's easy. Like, there are times that you are really depressed. You know, you were here and there in Nigeria, and you're just in one place now. You're just idle, no work. You're not sure of where the next income will come. And you know that bills will come, the money you are having with you is going to run out and everything, and you're like, what will I do? I was applying for on-campus job, $8 per hour, 7.50 per hour, $9 per hour. The highest I found was 10. I was getting rejection. My goodness. So I was just like, let me just do this, let me just go for it. But to cut the long story short, that was just like my breakthrough that opened me up to so many other opportunities that were really worth the 20 hours that I'm actually supposed to work. Compensated me well enough. Like, if I had not taken that scholarship opportunity, I wouldn't have been able to be up to the kind of opportunities that I later on landed in. And that's why I said that it works for people differently. So just do whatever you feel is legally acceptable. So I would also be talking about you coming strategically if you're not funded. Like I said in my last video, when some things happen, you understand why it happened that way, because I now understood why God had to make me wait till spring before it happened. Because when I got here, I just wanted to come to the US. I was like, it's not like I had this pre-plan, but with my own experience, I always tell people that if you're not funded, it's best for you to come in spring, because summer is not compulsory for you to take classes in summer as an international student, but every other semester you have to take classes. In spring you have to take classes as an international student. In fall you have to take classes as an international student. So I always encourage people that if you are not funded, it's best for you to come in spring so that you can work in summer. Okay, this is it. Many US schools do not require that you pay outrightly. they always have payment plan for school fees, such that you can divide your fees into installments. Like you can divide it into like 3 installments, and even if you are not able to meet those installments, they are not going to send you out of school. I remember when I came, I had not paid a dime. I don't even know where I would get the money. I didn't even have the money. They gave me ID card. I'm like, okay, this is not Nigeria. I don't get ID card. I'm like, I already have ID card. They even gave me bottle. International office gave me bottle. They gave me t-shirt. I'm like, so like you don't have to pay a dime outrightly. Installments, if you are not even able to meet the installment plan,
is there interest on the installment?
Yeah, if you're not able to meet the installment payments, there's always a late fee charge. I don't know if it works differently in another school, but UAB specifically, there's always a $50 late fee charge. But of course, if you don't have the money, out of 10.5, if they charge you $50 for paying late, you wouldn't mind. You get, if it gives you a chance to, it's better than them saying
late fee charge. The installment payment, there's no interest on it.
No, there's no interest on it. There's no interest on it. It's just like a benefit for a student to be able to pay with ease. Do you get over the semester?
At the end of the semester,
and no, there's no deadline. But once the 3rd installment is complete and you've not paid or you've not cleared your balance, you would have a hold on your account. And what this hold means is that it's not like you will not be able to write the exam. You write the exam, you'll be graded, everything will go on fine, but you cannot register for your next semester without paying for that,
for the previous semester.
Yeah, for that previous semester. So in everything you are doing, you have to make sure that you pay for the previous semester, because you would not be able to register for the next semester. And as an international student, you just have to register for the next semester. If not, you fall out of status, which is not good. That means you drop out of school and you'll be living in the United States illegally. So like I always said, it's best to come in spring, so that even if you're unable to pay from January, February, March, April, because you're in school, you can only do 20 hours. During summer, you're allowed to do more hours. I think 30 to 35 hours or something. I think 35 hours, yeah, during summer. Yeah, so you can take up more hours.
Like work hours?
Yes, in summer. So you can work more in summer and earn more in summer. Do you get? If you come in fall, like spring is just immediately after fall. If you are not funded, before you can resume in spring, you have to pay for semester school fees. So it's like back-to-back payments. Do you get? So, and if you come in summer, it's even worse, because summer is short one, and immediately after summer it's just like 2 weeks holiday before fall. So you have to pay summer school fee. Then do you get another maybe 2 to 3 weeks holiday spring again? So you have to pay, like, imagine I came in summer, so I have to pay 10.5 school fees for summer, 10.5 school fees for fall,
and then 10.5.
That's already like 25 back to like 21,000 back to back. Do you get? But if you do it that way, it's at least paces it for you. So I think that's a good strategy if you are not funded, to reduce the pressure. And another thing I do is, from in all you're doing, if you have to borrow money, like, it works.
What is Form A?
Paying your school fees through Form A. So this is how it works. Form A is like a CBN, is like a form that you fill to apply for foreign currency from your home country, from your domestic country, to pay, for example, your school fees. Do you get? That's just what Form A application is basically about.
So that means they are buying dollars, naira, and is at bank rate,
and is at CBN rate, not bank rate. Yes, because bank rate is different, and CBN rate, we all know how high dollar is. Dollar is about 730 to 750 at the moment, around that range. And if you can get CBN rate at 450 maximum, that's a huge difference. That means that for every dollar that you buy, you are able to save about 300 naira. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So now imagine that the little money you're able to save up here, you send it to Nigeria, buy naira at the rate of 750, then use the
rate of 4.
no, the dollar you have to convert it to naira before you now use naira to buy dollar.
Oh.
Do you get it? So the little dollar saved up, you use it to buy naira at the rate of 750, which will make your money more. Do you get? Then you now use this from A to buy dollar back at the rate of 450.
So you're getting more dollar in return.
Exactly. So with my internship, when I apply my
2-5 scholarship
2,250 actually, when I apply it to my 10-5, it reduces my fees to about 8,250. And do you know that with this form A, you can use like $5,005 to pay 8,250. Is that not wonderful?
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a lot of save. Exactly.
Wow.
That, but the disadvantage, the downside of Form A is that it takes a very long time.
So you have to start the process.
The process on time. But trust me, if within a very long time will save you 3,000, that's why I said, if you have to borrow money, even if you don't have up to that amount, if you have to talk to friends, family, or whatever, or whoever you want to talk to start the process early so that you can return their money when you have it, it's worth it, because you are able to save $3,000, which is a whole lot. Like I said, you have to be streetwise. That's one of the streets OT that I can borrow you. Because trust me, it's not all that easy saying you want to fund yourself. Trust me, there are days you're down, like down. So just do whatever you can. It's really not easy coming here without funding, like I said earlier. And the way it works for me may necessarily not work for anybody, for another person. And I don't want you to come here then you have to drop out of school. Just do whatever you can to get funding. But if you cannot, to trust God through the process and trust him to help you through, just as he has been helping me through. And I'll be done in summer, July. 2 years is up. Thank God.
Okay, so you guys have heard from her, and then you guys have picked out some points, and I also picked out some points anyways. So that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end, for those of you who made it to the end.
Yep.
So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
I think they like this.
Share.
Share.
Okay, so I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye guys.